Have you ever noticed how Grandpa Joe winces when he gets up from his favorite recliner? Or why Aunt Betty seems to nod off mid-conversation even after a full night's sleep? Maybe you've caught yourself brushing off little things like that. Extra Twinkie you snagged from the pantry, or the way you've been meaning to take a walk, but end up binge-watching The Golden Girls instead. As we age, it's tempting to blame every ache, creak, or yawn just getting old. But here's the thing no one talks about. Some of those everyday habits we slip into, like skipping breakfast for a quick Dunkin' Donuts coffee or ignoring that faint ringing in your ears, might be doing more harm than we think. They're quiet little saboteurs, sneaking up on seniors and chipping away at the vibrant, active lives we all deserve. That's why today, we're diving into *9 bad habits seniors do as they get older, but no one tells you about **. These aren't the obvious culprits like smoking or guzzling whiskey sours. They're the subtle routines that creep in over time, from nibbling too many Hershey's Kisses to spending hours parked in front of Wheel of Fortune. You might not realize it, but these habits could be setting the stage for bigger problems, like creaky joints that won't quit, a foggy mind, or even a lonelier life than you'd planned. The good news? We're not just here to call them out. In this article, you'll uncover why these habits take root, how they're secretly messing with your health, and most importantly, what you can do to kick them to the curb. Whether you're a senior yourself, keeping an eye on mom and dad, or just planning ahead for your golden years, you'll walk away with practical, no-nonsense tips to feel better, move easier, and live stronger. So, pour yourself a glass of water. We'll talk about why that matters later. And let's get started. If this hits home, or if you're just curious about what's tripping up seniors like Uncle Fred, subscribe to Senior Health for more insights to keep you or your loved ones thriving. Drop a like or a comment below and tell us, which habit do you think you'll spot in yourself or someone you know? We can't wait to hear from you. Aging is a wild ride, isn't it? One day you're chasing grandkids around the backyard, and the next, you're wondering why your knees sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies every time you stand up. As seniors settle into their 60s, 70s, and beyond, little habits start to shift sometimes, without anyone noticing until it's too late. Maybe it's skipping breakfast because a cup of Maxwell House feels like enough. Or maybe it's packing yourself in front of NCIS runs for hours because, well, why not? These habits don't come with warning labels, but they're more common and more dangerous than you might think. So why do they sneak in, and why should we care? Let's break it down. It's a mix of biology, lifestyle, and a dash of human nature, all piling up to make these 9 bad habits a bigger deal than they seem. First off, let's talk about what's happening under the hood. Aging isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair. It's a full-body overhaul. Take your metabolism, for starters. By the time you hit 65, it's slowing down like a car running low on gas. The National Institute on Aging says calorie burning drops about 1% per decade after 30. So that bowl of Frosted Flakes you used to shrug off now sticks around longer as extra pounds. That's one reason seniors might skip meals. Appetite shrinks as taste buds dull and digestion gets sluggish. A 2022 study from the American Heart Association found nearly 40% of adults over 70 report eating less, often ditching breakfast for something quick like a donut or nothing at all. Trouble is that sets off a chain reaction: unstable blood sugar, less energy, and a higher risk for diabetes down the road. Then there's the physical wear and tear. Muscles lose mass about 3 to 5% per decade after 60, says the Mayo Clinic, which makes moving around feel harder. Joints stiffen too. Arthritis creeps in for 1 in 2 seniors over 65 per the CDC. So when Grandma Sue swaps her daily walk for an afternoon on the couch with The Price is Right, it's not just laziness, it's her body telling her to take It's easy. But here's the catch. The less you move, the weaker you get. And that's a fast track to falls, fractures, and even heart trouble. Add in senses that fade. Hearing drops for 1 in 3 seniors over 65, NIH data. And suddenly, ignoring. That muffled TV sound feels normal, even if it's a red flag for bigger issues. Biology is only half the story. The way seniors live day to day plays a huge role in why these habits take hold. Retirement's a game changer after decades of clocking in at the office or chasing deadlines. Folks like Bob, 72, finally have time to kick back. But that freedom can backfire. Without a schedule, it's easy to trade a balanced breakfast for a Pop-Tart or let the day slip by with a law and order marathon. The National Institute on Aging warns that sedentary lifestyles spike heart disease risk by 50% in older adults, and yet, RP surveys show 1 in 4 seniors spend over 8 hours a day sitting. That lazy boy might feel like a throne, but it's quietly turning muscles to mushed-up food habits shift too. Cooking a full meal might have been a breeze at 50, but at 75, it's a chore, especially if you're on your own. Enter the TV dinner. Stuffers lasagna or banquet fried chicken becomes a go-to because it's fast and tastes decent. Problem is, those processed goodies are loaded with sodium and sugar. Hello, high blood pressure and inflammation. The FDA says Americans over 65 consume 30% more added sugars than recommended, often from sneaky sources like Pepsi or Little Debbie snacks. And hydration? Forget it. Water's boring when Coca-Cola's fizz feels more satisfying. But kidneys weaken with age, per the National Kidney Foundation, making dehydration a silent threat to everything from skin to brain function. Don't sleep on the psychological side. Either it's a heavy hitter. Loneliness is a growing epidemic. The NIH presents 1 in 3 seniors feel, especially after losing a spouse or watching friends move away. That can turn into comfort eating. Think extra slices of Sara Lee pound cake or skipping social outings. Like bingo night at the community center. It's not just about feeling blue. The CDC links loneliness to a 26% higher risk of dementia. Late nights watching * Jeopardy might fill the quiet, but poor sleep messes with memory and mood, says the Sleep Foundation. And when pain creeps in, say, from an old knee injury, reaching for Advil feels easier than stretching, even if overdoing it risks stomach trouble, warns the FDA. So why should we care about these habits? Because they're not just quirks. They're domino waiting to topple. Skipping breakfast might seem minor, but it's tied to a 21% higher risk of type 2 diabetes. For the American Diabetes Association, sitting too long doesn't just stiffen joints. It doubles your odds of obesity and heart issues, says the American Heart Association. Overloading on sugar fuels inflammation, bad news for arthritis or a ticker that's already working overtime. Ignoring hydration strains kidneys, while avoiding exercise weakens bones, making falls the leading cause of injury in seniors, per the CDC, more likely. Poor sleep fogs the brain. Neglected hearing isolates you. Overusing painkillers irritates stomachs. And shutting yourself in shrinks your world, all piling up to steal the active, connected life you want. The kicker? These habits aren't set in stone. They sneak in because aging shifts the playing field. Slower bodies, quieter days, and a mind that sometimes craves comfort over challenge. But knowing why they happen is power. It's the first step to flipping the script, and that's where we're headed next. A deep dive into the 9 culprits themselves. Stick around. You won't believe how small tweaks can dodge some big bullets. Now we're getting to the good stuff. The 9 bad habits seniors do as they get old that no one warns you about. These aren't the big, flashy vices. They're the quiet routines that slip into daily life like uninvited guests. Each one comes with a story, a reason and a risk, and don't worry, we'll toss in some starter fixes too. Let's meet these culprits head on. 1. Skipping breakfast. Picture Bob, 72, shuffling into the kitchen at 7 a.m. Been up since dawn, but instead of scrambling eggs or pouring a bowl of Cheerios, he grabs a mug of Folgers and calls it breakfast. Sound familiar? For a lot of seniors, mornings just don't spark hunger like they used to. The American Heart Association says taste and smell fade with age by 70. Nearly 40% of folks eat less because food doesn't hit the same. Plus, who's got energy to cook when the coffee pot's right there? Maybe Bob's rushing to catch CBS this morning. Or maybe he's just not a breakfast person anymore. Why it's a problem? Skipping that first meal isn't just a time saver, it's a health thief. The American Diabetes Association links it to a 21% higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Without fuel, blood sugar dips and spikes, leaving you tired and cranky. Metabolism takes a hit too, already slowing with age. It stalls even more without a kickstart, piling on pounds. The National Institute on Aging warns that missing nutrients like protein or fiber can weaken muscles and bones, which Bob needs to keep hauling groceries from his Buick. What to do? Start small. A banana with a smear of Jif peanut butter takes 2 minutes and packs protein. Or try a bowl of oatmeal. Quaker Oats cooks fast in the microwave. Aim for something simple but balanced to wake up your system. Bob might even enjoy it with his coffee. 2. Sitting too long. Mary, 68, has a routine down pat. Coffee, toast, then hours in her recliner with Wheel of Fortune and Asterisk Jeopardy. Back to back. After years of waitressing, retirement feels like a well-earned break. But those hours add up. Sometimes she's still there when the streetlights flicker on. It's not laziness. Her knees ache, and moving just doesn't feel as good as it used to. The Mayo Clinic says 1 in 4 seniors clock over 8 hours sitting daily, especially with TV or puzzles calling their name. Why it's a problem? Sitting's a slow poison. The American Heart Association ties it to a 50% jump in heart disease. Riskless movement means sluggish blood flow and a ticker that's not getting its workout. Muscles weaken too. The National Institute on Aging notes sedentary seniors lose strength fast, upping fall risks. Mary's creaky knees? They'll only get worse without action, says the Arthritis Foundation. Stiffness turns to pain, turns to a tumble that lands her in the A. What to do? Break it up. Set a kitchen timer for 30 minutes. Stand, stretch, or shuffle to the mailbox during commercials. A quick lap around the living room counts too. Mary could even try chair exercises. Leg lifts while Pat Sajak spins the wheel. Every bit helps keep her moving. 3. Overloading on sugar. Grandma Sue, 75, has a secret. Her cookie jar's always stocked with Oreos or Chips Ahoy. She's earned it, right? After decades of raising kids, a sweet treat feels like a hug. Sugar. Cravings spike with age. Taste buds dull, so that Hershey's bar hits harder than an apple. The FDA says seniors scarf down 30% more added sugar than recommended, sneaking it in via sodas, donuts, or even healthy granola bars from Kellogg's. Why it's a problem? Sugar's no friend to aging bodies. It fuels inflammation. But the Arthritis Foundation, making Sue's joints ache more. The American Heart Association warns it ups heart disease odds by 38%. Those extra pounds don't help either. Blood sugar spikes mess with energy and diabetes risk too. Sue might not see it, but her cookie habit's building a shaky foundation. What to do? Swap smart. A handful of blueberries or a square of Lindt dark chocolate curbs the craving without the crash. If Sue's baking, cut sugar with applesauce. Still sweet, less guilt. Little tweaks keep the joy without the junk. 4. Ignoring hydration. Jim, 70, cracks open a Pepsi at lunch. Waters for plants, he jokes. Taste matters more now, and soda's got that fizz. But he's not alone. The National Kidney Foundation says seniors often skimp on fluids, kidneys weaken with age, and thirst signals fade. AFP notes many trade age too, for coffee or sweet tea, thinking it's enough. Jim's bottle of Poland Spring sits untouched by his chair. Why it's a problem? Dehydration's a sneak attack. It dries skin, muddles thinking, and strains kidneys. 1 in 5 seniors face urinary issues from it, per the CDC. Low fluids also spike fall risks. Dizziness hits fast when you're parched. Jim's Pepsi might taste good, but it's not doing the heavy lifting his body needs. What to do? Keep it handy. A reusable tumbler by the cow chain for 6 to 8 cups daily. Flavor it with a lemon slice if plain's boring. Jim could sip during the voice. Small habits add up. 5. Avoiding exercise. Susan, 67, used to walk her golden retriever, Max, every morning. Now, she skips it, her hips ache, and the park feels far. Exercise drops off with age. The CDC says only 1 in 4 seniors hit movement goals. Stiffness, fatigue, or just "I'll do it tomorrow" take over. Susan's treadmill gathers dust while she flips through better homes and gardens. Why it's a problem? No movement. Big trouble. The Arthritis Foundation says inactivity weakens bones and muscles falls skyrocket, with 1 in 4 seniors taking a spill yearly. Heart health tanks too. The American Heart Association links it to higher stroke risk. Susan's hips won't thank her for sitting out. What to do? Ease in. A 10-minute walk with Max or even to the driveway builds strength. Chair yoga's a win too. YouTube's full of free videos. Start slow. Stay safe. Motion is medicine. 6. Poor sleep habits. 69. Loves his late-night NCIS marathons. 11 p.m. rolls into 1 before he blinks. Sleep gets messy with age. The Sleep Foundation says seniors wake more and rest less deeply. Ed's not tired at bedtime, so the remote wins. Naps fill the gaps, but he's still groggy. Why it's a problem? Bad sleep's a brain drain. The CDC ties it to a 30% higher dementia risk. Foggy days and grumpy moods follow. Heart health suffers too. Irregular rest ups blood pressure. Ed's late nights might feel fun, but they're stealing sharpness. What to do? Reset the clock. Wind down by 9 p.m. Herbal tea like celestial seasonings. No screens. A consistent bedtime trains the body. Ed might miss Gibbs, but he'll gain clarity. 7. Neglecting hearing checks. Ruth, 73, cranks the TV Hallmark. Movies sound muffled, but she shrugs it off. Hearing fades for 1 in 3 over 65, per the NIH, yet many skip checkups. It's not that bad, or doctor visits feel like a hassle. Ruth's fine, she thinks, until family dinners get quiet. Asterisk, asterisk. Why? It's a problem. Asterisk, asterisk. Untreated loss isolates. The NIH links it to depression and a 50% higher dementia risk. Straining to hear tires the brain. Ruth's missing more than dialogue. She's drifting from connection. What to do? Test it. Annual hearing checks. Modern aids like Starkey are tiny. Ruth could hear the grandkids again without blasting the volume. 8. Overusing painkillers. 71, grabs Advil for every twinge knees. Mac, you name it. Pain's part of aging. 1 in 2 seniors deal with it, says the CDC. Pills are quick, and who's got time for stretches? Tom's got a bottle in every drawer. Why it's a problem? Overuse bites back. The FDA warns, as AI, these like Advil risk, stomach. Bleeding seniors are 4 times more vulnerable. Kidneys suffer too. Long-term use-ups failure odds. Tom's masking pain, not fixing it. What to do? Switch it up. Heat pads or Bengay soothe without side effects. Talk to Dr. Smith, maybe PT. Beats pills. Less is more here. 9. Isolating themselves as Linda, 74, skips bingo night, too tired, too far. Friends fade after retirement or moves. The IHAP says 1 in 3 seniors feel lonely. It's easier to stay in with Reader's Digest than call Jane. Linda's world shrinks. One no at a time. Why it's a problem? Isolation stinks. The CDC ties it to a 29% higher depression risk and weaker immunity. Lonely seniors get sicker, faster. Linda's missing laughter and support, not just a game. What to do? Reach out. Coffee with a neighbor or a senior center class YMCA's. Got options. One yes rebuilds bonds. Linda's still got stories to share. So, we've uncovered the 9 sneaky habits seniors like Bob, Mary, and Linda fall into: skipping breakfast, sitting too long, overloading on sugar, and the rest. It's a lot to take in, but here's the good news. You don't need a magic wand or a medical degree to turn things around. These fixes are simple, practical, and fit right into everyday life, whether you're sipping coffee in your kitchen or flipping through the TV guide. Let's break it down with clear steps to kick those habits, build better routines, and set yourself or your loved ones up for a healthier, happier long haul. Ready? Let's roll. Tackling the habits head-on ****. 1. Skipping breakfast ****. Bob doesn't need to become a chef overnight. Start with a no-fuss win. A slice of whole grain toast with Smucker's peanut butter or a cup of Greek yogurt like Chobani protein and fiber in 5 minutes flat. Keep it by the coffee pot so it's a grab-and-go habit. Aim for something small. Every morning. Consistency beats perfection. 2. Sitting too long. Mary's recliner isn't the enemy. It's the marathon that's the problem. Set a cheap dollar store timer for 30 minutes. When it dings, stand up, stretch, or take a lap to the mailbox. Try a standing stretch during Wheel of Fortune commercials. Lift those arms like you're reaching for the prize wheel. Little. Bursts keep the blood flowing without breaking a sweat. 3. Overloading on sugar. Grandma Sue can still enjoy her sweets, just smarter. Swap Oreos for a handful of grapes or a square of Hershey's dark chocolate. 70% cocoa's the sweet spot. Stock the fridge with fruit cut-up watermelons, a treat that beats a Snickers bar. If she's baking, have the sugar and toss in some cinnamon taste stays. Junk goes. 4. Ignoring hydration. Jim's Pepsi habit won't quit cold turkey, but he can ease into water. Get a reusable tumbler, Yeti, or Stanley's great. And keep it on the coffee table, filled with ice and a splash of lemon or cucumber. Sip during the voice, aim for 6 to 8 cups a day. Cut soda to 1 can as a reward, not the default. 5. Avoiding exercise. Susan doesn't need a gym membership, just momentum. Start with a 10-minute walk around the block or to the neighbor's fence. No dog? Borrow Max from a friend. Chair yoga's another gem. YouTube's got free videos from silver sneakers, leg lifts, or arm circles while the news is on. Build up slow 5 days a week beats 0. 6. Poor sleep habits. Ed's late-night NCI's fix needs a curfew. Set a wind-down time 9 p.m. with a cup of Celestial Seasonings Sleepy Time tea. Ditch screens an hour before bed. Swap the remote for a paperback like * chicken soup for the soul *. Keep bedtime steady. Even weekends routines the secret sauce. 7. Neglecting hearing checks. Ruth's TV volume shouldn't be her gauge. Book a hearing test. Walmart or Costco offer affordable ones yearly. Modern aids like phonic are tiny, not clunky old-school horns. If it's not that bad, ask family, do they repeat themselves? A quick check could bring back dinner chatter. 8. Overusing painkillers. Tom's Advil stash needs a timeout. Try a heating pad Sunbeam's a classic, or a smear of Icy Hot for that knee twinge. Talk to Dr. Patel about physical therapy. A few stretches might outdo pills. Limit NSAIDs to flare-ups, not daily crutches. Your stomach will thank you. 9. Isolating themselves. Linda's bingo. 9's worth the effort. Start small, call a friend for a 10-minute chat or wave to the neighbor over the fence. Join a local group, churches, libraries, or the YMCA host senior meetups. 1. Yes, a wee coffee with Jane or a card game rebuilds connection without overwhelm. Breaking bad habits is step 1. Building good ones seals the deal. Here's how to weave wellness into your day-to-day. No heroics required. Morning boost. Kick off with water, keep a glass by the bed to sip first thing. Pair it with Bob's toast or Susan's yogurt. 5 minutes of stretching touch. Your toes or roll those shoulders wakes up stiff joints before the day runs away. Midday moves. Stand up every hour, set that timer or sync it to TV breaks. A quick walk to the kitchen for a healthy snack. Think almonds, not Fritos. Keeps energy steady. Hydrate to refill that tumbler while you're up. Evening wind down. Ed's tea trick works wonders. Chamomile or peppermint soothes. Dim the lights, skip the late news, and try a gratitude list. 3 things that went well today. It's corny, but it beats tossing and turning. Social spark. Text a grandkid. Call a sibling or smile at the mailman. Linda's not alone, small pings keep loneliness at bay. Plan one outing a week. Walmart's as good as a party if it gets you out. Health's a marathon, not a sprint. Here's how to play the long game. Checkups are king. See Dr. Smith. Yearly blood pressure. Hearing, the works. Catch stuff early, Ruth's ears or Tom's aches, before it snowballs. Medicare covers most of it. No excuses, food smarts. Stock the pantry with winter's canned salmon, frozen veggies like bird's eye, whole grain crackers. Cook once, eat twice. Leftover soup beats a hungry man dinner. Taste matters, so season with herbs, not salt. Stay curious. Try a hobby, puzzles, gardening, even knitting keeps the brain sharp. Ed could swap TV for Sudoku. Mary might plant tomatoes. New tricks beat old ruts. Move more, always. Park farther at Kroger. Take stairs at the doctor's. Dance to the radio, Motown's got the beat. Susan's 10 minutes can grow to 20. The Arthritis Foundation says every step cuts fall risk. Keep it fun. Keep it going. Imagine this. Bob's munching toast, Mary stretching by her chair, Sue savoring berries, and Jim sipping lemon water. Susan's walking Max, Ed snoozing by 10, Ruth's hearing the grandkids, Tom's heating his back, and Linda's laughing at bingo. It's not a pipe dream, it's a plan. Start with one fix, pick your weakest habit and build from there. You're not rewriting your life. You're tweaking it. A sip here, a step there, a hello to a friend. It adds up to years of feeling better, not just older. Stick with us for the wrap-up. Let's tie this all together. Well, there you have it, 9 sneaky habits that creep into seniors' lives like uninvited guests at a potluck. From Bob skipping his Cheerios to Mary camping out with Wheel of Fortune, Grandma Sue raiding the cookie jar, Jim chugging Pepsi. Instead of water, Susan dodging her walks, Ed burning the midnight oil with NCIS, Ruth cranking the TV, Tom popping Advil like candy, and Linda passing on bingo night. These little routines might feel harmless, but they're quietly stacking the deck against a healthy, vibrant life. We've dug into why they happen: aging bodies, shifting lifestyles, and a pinch of human nature, and laid out the risks from creaky joints and foggy brains to loneliness that hits harder than a winter cold. But most importantly, we've handed you the tools to kick them to the curb. So let's wrap this up, tie a bow on it, and get you moving toward a better tomorrow. Think back to those habits. Skipping breakfast isn't just about a quiet stomach. It's a blood sugar roller coaster that tires you out and flirts with diabetes. Sitting too long turns Mary's recliner into a trap for her heart and hips, while Sue's sugar overload fuels inflammation that makes every step ache. Jim's hydration skip dries out more than his skin. It stresses his kidneys. Susan's exercise dodge weakens bones. Ed's late nights blur his memory. Ruth's ignored hearing pulls her from family chatter. Tom's painkiller habit risks his gut, and Linda's isolation dims her spark. These aren't just getting old. They're fixable slips we've let slide too long. The good news? You've got the playbook now. Toast in the morning, a stretch every hour, berries over cookies, a water bottle by the couch, a quick walk, a bedtime routine, a hearing check, a heat pad, and a yes to coffee with a friend. Small moves, big wins. Here's the beauty of it. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start where it stings most. Maybe it's that soda habit or the way you've been glued to the sofa. Pick one fix from section 4. Swap Pepsi for a lemony tumbler like Jim, or take Susan's 10-minute stroll with the dog. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Imagine this. A month from now, you're sipping water like a champ, feeling steadier on your feet, or laughing with a neighbor instead of flipping channels alone. That's not a pipe dream. It's what happens when you take these tips and run with them. And why stop at you? Share this with Aunt Linda, Grandpa Joe, or your best buddy from the bowling league. A little nudge. Hey, did you know sitting all day's worse than we thought? Could spark a change that keeps them around. Longer, healthier, happier. Aging's not the enemy. Letting these habits run wild is. You've still got plenty of living to do. Grandkids to chase. Gardens to tend. Stories to tell over coffee at Denny's. The CDC says seniors who tweak their routines, more movement, better food, solid sleep cut chronic disease risks by up to 40%. That's not just numbers. That's more mornings waking up ready to roll, not groaning at the alarm. You've got the know-how now. Don't let it gather dust like that old treadmill. Try it. Tweak it. Make it yours. Maybe Bob's oatmeal becomes a family joke, or Mary's stretches turn into a dance party with the grandkids. Whatever it looks like, it's yours to claim, Dot. So here's your nudge. Take one step today. Sip that water, skip the late show, call a friend something tiny that says, I'm in. Then come back and tell us how it went. Subscribe to Senior Health. We're dishing out more tips like this to keep you thriving, not just surviving. Drop a like or comment below. What habit hit home for you? Was it Ruth's TV trick or Tom's Advil stash? We're all ears, and Ruth will be too, once she gets that hearing checked. Share this with someone you love. Text it to Mom, email it to Uncle Fred, or print it for the neighbor who's always complaining about her niece. Let's keep the good vibes going, one small win at a time. Here's to living better. Longer cheers to you.